Everyone says good men have disappeared. But maybe they didn't vanish. Maybe they just got tired of being seen as a cure for someone's loneliness. They're not ghosts. They're not broken. They're just done. Done auditioning for people who never meant to stay. Done proving their worth to strangers who swipe like gods deciding who deserves to feel wanted for a week. We say they're leaving dating apps, but the truth is deeper. They're leaving the illusion that love still lives in the algorithm. The first time a good man downloads a dating app, he's hopeful. Maybe naive, but hopeful. He thinks, if I'm kind, consistent, and real, someone will see that. But the longer he stays, the more the rules start to feel rigged. The loudest win, the flashiest thrive, and the patient are forgotten somewhere between seen and unmatched. You can tell when a man's hope starts to fade. It's not dramatic, it's quiet. He starts replying slower, scrolling less, and smiling less when notifications buzz. It's not rejection that breaks him. It's the slow realization that sincerity has no market value anymore. Dating apps sell one promise: abundance. Millions of profiles, endless choice, infinite possibility. But the more options you have, the less human everyone starts to look. Every face becomes a category. Every conversation feels replaceable, and slowly, connection becomes a transaction, a dopamine economy dressed up as romance. What nobody says out loud is this: the men who actually want to love deeply aren't built for speed dating with infinite retries. They crave depth, not data. And so the very men who would have made loyal partners become invisible, not because they lack effort, but because effort doesn't trend. In this new dating market, value is a performance, not a presence. You're not loved for who you are, but for how well you advertise it. Profiles sound like resumes, captions like marketing pitches. People sell vibes instead of vulnerability, aesthetics instead of authenticity. And when good men speak softly, they're mistaken for weakness. When they lead with honesty, it's labeled as boring. When they ask for something real, it's called too intense. Eventually, they learn. The modern dating pool doesn't reward patience. It rewards spectacle. It's not about compatibility. It's about visibility. There's something darkly poetic about a space designed for connection, making people lonelier than ever. You scroll, match, chat, yet never feel seen. Each conversation starts the same way. Hey, how's your day? Good. You? Good. Then nothing. Just silence that feels heavier than rejection. Because beneath the polished photos and witty bios, most people aren't looking to connect. They're looking to escape. From boredom, from self-doubt, from quiet homes and restless nights. And when you're looking for escape, not love, the people who want something real will always feel like too much work. Ask any man who's deleted the apps, and he won't say he's bitter. He'll say he's tired. Tired of shallow conversations that die before sunrise. Tired of pretending to be unbothered when he's actually exhausted from giving without receiving. Tired of realizing that sincerity has become an antique in the museum of modern dating. He's not leaving women behind. He's leaving disappointment behind. He's leaving performance behind. He's leaving the quiet ache of chasing something that doesn't want to be found. Because there's a difference between being alone and being drained. So what do good men do when they leave? They rebuild, quietly. They start pouring into themselves again. Hobbies, routines, fitness, purpose. They rediscover solitude, not as punishment, but as power. They learn that peace feels better than attention, that silence feels better than small talk, that a walk at sunset feels better than waiting for someone to text back. And slowly, the same men who once begged for love begin to glow differently, not from validation, but from alignment. The irony is, awareness doesn't make you happier. It just makes you more selective. Once a man understands what empty attention feels like, he stops chasing it. He stops performing. He stops over-explaining. He stops mistaking interest for intimacy. Because now he knows someone can want your time, your energy, your warmth, and still not want you. And that realization changes everything. It doesn't make him cold, it makes him careful. He's not building walls, he's building filters. You'll find these men now in quieter places, bookstores, gyms, hiking trails, coffee shops, not looking for love, but open to it if it finds them naturally. They talk less about what they want and more about what they won't tolerate. They stopped chasing approval and started protecting peace. And the funny thing is, the world calls that apathy. But to them, it feels like coming home. Here's what most people miss. These good men aren't hiding from love. They're hiding from versions of it that cost them themselves. They're not afraid of women, they're afraid of patterns. They're afraid of being the therapist, the wallet, the safety net, again. So they disappear from dating apps not to vanish, but to heal. To stop performing empathy for people who confuse it with weakness. And somewhere in that silence, they find clarity. Love was never supposed to feel like a job interview. When men walk away, it's not rebellion, it's evolution. It's the quiet decision to value their energy the way the world taught them to devalue it. They no longer chase validation. They attract peace. They no longer romanticize chaos. They crave stillness. Because after years of noise, the calm finally feels like truth. So maybe the story isn't that good men are gone. Maybe they just stopped performing for a system that profits from their exhaustion. Maybe they realized love can't be swiped into existence, that the best connections aren't built from algorithms, but from awareness. And maybe, just maybe, the next time someone says, "Where did all the good men go?" the answer will be simple. They went home, to themselves.